I needed a job. What do I do? I mean, I already proved to myself I could teach a Japanese billionaire the English language without a high school diploma or college degree. What was I to do? So I did what a lot of people do when they're starting out or they're in between jobs in the administrative arena. You join a temp agency, and it's there that you work on temp assignments, and if you're good, you will get picked up. I mean, that's what I did. I assessed, how does it work here? What's the system? Do you stay doing this? And they said, well, it's your choice. You can stay doing a temp because you're just that kind of a person and that's all you want because you don't want any obligations or you move a lot. And I said, what's the other option? And the girl, the CFO of the temp agency said, you do really good and we place you at a place and you just love your job and from there your future becomes very bright and it's really all in your hands. And I thought, I'll do that one. Right? I know how to prove and work harder than anyone. And so that's what I did. I went in and there were 2 companies that wanted to hire me and the private investigator seemed like the one that was resonating with me the most. And I know why. I mean, inside getting to know personalities and whatnot. So I stepped in as a record clerk and went from record clerk to pre-employment specialist to administrative assistant to executive assistant. Then I went back to the department. So I did executive assistant for the 2 principals of the company, the 2 lead investigators. This is the largest PI firm, private investigation firm, in the state of Hawaii. They did all islands. This was before the internet was robust. We did location, infidelity cases, insurance cases. I seen people get murdered. I had to have to take the crime scene photos and create a gallery because you couldn't do it on the, I mean, this was all old school stuff, right? Still back in the early 2000s. And I stayed there and I made a significant impact and tripled their, their revenue where I was in that department. And even while I assisted them, they were able to get more cases done and I was able to facilitate, more activities, right? And all while this was going on, guess what else I was doing? Because of course I always have things happening. I was going to full-time school, business college, Heald College, because I received my GED while I was in rehab. Huge scores, very high for not knowing all the math and still, prove to myself that I could do these things, right? Got my driver's license, I organized myself. So at this PI firm, I took all the skills that I had learned in my whole life so far that shaped who I was then, and I outperformed every employee, even people who were there for a decade. And those people had private conversations with me, I'll never forget, very informal, where they'd call me to their desk and offer me candy and other things, so I'd sit there and chit chat. And essentially in so many words, they would say, you're kind of making us fucking look bad because you're coming in here and you're doing things and everybody's cheering you on and whatever. And they had no idea because this was when you couldn't say you were a felon. This was when you couldn't say you were a derelict, you lost your children. It was completely still unacceptable. And so I had to keep that, get into past the probation period, and then I laid it on them while I was already in and I had already made my mark. And of course they had to keep me.